Hello? Hello? Chat? Ah, there I am, there I am, there I am. Sorry about that. Sorry. Uh, the universe, I don't think the universe wanted me to stream today. I don't think it did. Hi, chat. Hello. So this was supposed to happen at 9:30. I was helping a friend. She and I helped doing a bunch of stuff today, which is fine. I don't care. They're like family. We got home though. Like we finally got home. It's just all of their stuff that I was able to do today is kind of all piled up onto each other. Like I losing track of time. Sucks. I hate myself, but you know what? We're finally here. We're finally sitting down so we can finally do this. Okay. Sorry. I was not in I need to turn my phone down, sorry. I want it to ring or notifications. Sorry, just not really good. And this is not enough focused mental space. I'm feeling very scatterbrained. Sorry. Yep. This is it again. That wasn't me acting. That wasn't me being still. I really just spaced out for a second. Like I turned my head. Something kind of caught my attention, and like brain just went burp. I think I'm tired. I'm tired physically, a little bit mentally. I just didn't get a lot of sleep last night. Not because I wasn't laying down. It's just I was laying down and I just kept waking up. Every time I tried going back to sleep, I just woke up. I probably really shouldn't have done the stream, to be honest. But hey, we're here. I want to do a bit of the game. Probably want to do like probably to end the stream soon. It's gonna be a pretty short stream depending on how long this segment we do takes. Because you all know the deal. If you come here before, you all know the deal. I can't really stream a little past 12 o'clock because I just don't want to accidentally piss somebody off, neighbors and stuff. And just that. Thin walls. I really don't feel like I'm bad. I don't feel like I shouldn't stream. I feel like I should just close my eyes. But I'm feeling wound. Probably that little sip of energy drink I had. I'm not sure. It's the energy drink I had from last night. It's just been sitting there. Okay, let's just go. Let's go. Let's rock and roll. We are the vampires of New York. Okay, last time we were here, we hooked up. Not really. We didn't hook up. We met a vampire called Hope. She's this like tech streamy vampire, and she's like our new ally or some biz like that. We read all the new terms. Can we not pick a new person? I guess we gotta rest before meeting the new people, right? I guess we do. I thought, no, however. You notice something strange by the front door of your haven. A letter's been slipped under the door in a cream-colored, old-fashioned envelope. There's no name on it, but you know it's meant for you. Opening the letter is clear. It's been sent by someone incredibly old-fashioned, rich, or a fan of classic stationery. No normal person sends letters like this. Sending a letter in this modern times? It must be a vampire. Burn the freak. The note is short and terse, written in delicate handwriting. You're cordially invited to a rendezvous at the Cathedral of St. John the Divine. I'll be waiting to make your acquaintance tomorrow night. Look for me closer to God. There's no other information. It looks like you have a mysterious invitation for the following night. It's a kind of magic. Oh, we can see more of Hope. We can see more Hope, or we can meet one of these new vampires. So let's see what these people are. It's a kind of magic. Sophie's mention of a vampire clan of blood sorcerers sparked your attention. One of them, Agathon, could potentially be your introduction into the bizarre powers of the Tremere. Faith and Myth, Part 1. You receive an invitation to meet a mysterious someone at the Cathedral of St. John the Divine. Gumshoe in the Dark. A recent string of violent killings has the Red Hook district at Brooklyn on edge. Sophie mentioned that Coteries has a secret associate investigating the murders, a Nosferatu, notioned by the name of D'Angelo. If you help him out, he might be persuaded to form a lasting partnership. Jezebel child. Sophie mentioned a gangrel by the name of Tamika, who's made herself a haven in the Prospect Park. The Pharaohs aren't exactly a social bunch, even by kindred standards. But if you can keep her from clawing your eyes out just long enough, she might be persuaded to join you. Let's go with this new one, this Faith and Myth Part 1. You haven't been to a church since you became a vampire, or kindred, as euphemism goes. You've had to focus on concrete, practical things like survival and feeding. Was our character a religious person before becoming a vampire? He says hasn't been to church since I become a vampire. Dude, my bro, we only been a vampire for like 4 days. Or 5 days. 5 nights. I'm acting like it's been a long ordeal. You've learned the essentials of the vampire experience, but you don't have a clear idea of what it all means. The Cathedral of St. John the Divine is a New York landmark. You've been inside once before when you were much younger. You marvel at its Gothic facade. Looking at it now from across the street, it feels ominous. The prospect of an ominous invitation to a secret meeting is a worrying one, but the venue is well chosen. It's hard to imagine a violent attack in a place like this, with eyes everywhere. You enter the cathedral discreetly. You've quickly learned that this is essential skill for a vampire. How to move without anyone noticing you. And the full force of the cathedral architecture hits you as you walk between the pews. If the architect meant to create the feeling of being small in the face of God's glory, mission accomplished. Based on the note, you're assuming that whoever you're meeting is somewhere in the front. As you step closer to the high altar, it feels as if something is dragging at your feet. As if the stone beneath you resisted your movement. Sorry. I was looking, something that popped up on my screen. Okay, it's nothing. It just distracted me. Religious superstition? Vampires are satanic creatures? Does God still listen to you? Oh, yes, go. Let's go. Theological, theologically about this. It's been a long time since you prayed. You wonder whether God listened to creatures like you. Fanta- Fantastically, you take a step, then another. You're not you're not sure if your God is present in this cathedral, but perhaps it doesn't matter. What you feel is real enough. There's an old man sitting in front. You see only the black back of his head, bow down in silent prayer. Your footsteps echo on the floor, and he turns to look at you. You can't take your eyes off him. He's tall, dignified, white hair balding, a few strands escaping the sides. He's wearing glasses and simple clerical clothing. His eyes are warm and pale, too kind for someone like you. Something is wrong. You feel heavy, as if a giant hand was pressing you down. The skin on your face is burning. Wait, what? Perhaps unconsciously, you expected something like this, as a vampire walking into a cathedral. Only it's not the burning or God making you feel like you're burning alive. It's the man, the priest. Welcome. No, that's not a good voice. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome, my child. No. Welcome, my child. The priest's tone is kind, but the rising panic inside is telling you that kindness is not for the likes of you. Confront the priest. The only way to understand these painful feelings is to push forward and confront the priest. As you step closer to the priest, panic rises inside you. The emotions are hard to control. Fear, anger, and pain all trying to wrestle you in different directions away. Can I help you? Can I help you? Are you hurt? The priest talks to you like he would a lost vagrant who has chosen to enter the house of God. Please, it hurts. I'm sorry, Father. I'm so sorry. I'll go with this one. It's all right. Do you wish to pray? It's simply too much. You mutter something incoherent in reply. You don't sound like a vampire, an undead being made powerful by immortal blood. You're just another sad, confused, lost soul. You turn around and stagger away, only feeling like yourself once you're back on the street outside. You stand on the sidewalk, confused and scared. No enemies seem to be attacking you. The priest didn't follow you. The night air is wet with the smells of the city, the same as every night. Oh, how did it feel? No. How did it feel? You look at the man speaking to you. He's well dressed, if a little archaic. Dark hair, handsome, like a character from an old movie. He smiles as if he knows something you don't. You glance around. There are people on the street. You don't appear to be in immediate danger. Did you do this to me? What? Yeah, why did you do this to me? No, absolutely not. Let me introduce myself. My name is Bennett Siegel. We share many things in common, even if you don't know me. Bennett. Is it Bennett? Bennett offers his hand to you. You refuse, glaring at him. You shake his hand. You shake hands and use your vampire senses. Bennett is a vampire. That much is clear. He is using his blood to stimulate the functions of a living body. But the rhythm of his heartbeat reveals his artificial nature. Will you mind sitting with me for a moment? Beno points to a park bench nearby, and darkness because of a broken streetlight. Wary, you decide to follow him. Only an enemy, totally unconcerned with the Masquerade, would attack you here. Beno sits down and you follow suit. For a moment, you both contemplate the cathedral in silence. I know how it feels. What you just felt. I have experienced it myself many a times. For a moment, you consider how to respond. It's clear Beno sent the invitation to come here and orchestrate this little setup. Why did you invite me? Did you try to get me killed? This one. I want Edgar to be a little bit passive. What's the point? Why did you go to the trouble of getting me here? We share a connection, you and I. I'll explain it later, but right now, the important thing is that it's much easier to show than tell. I want you to meet Father Anthony, or see him, experience him. Did you wonder why it felt like that? Does the music seem a bit loud? Does the music seem a bit loud, chat? I'm gonna turn it down a bit. Too loud, too low, too low. How far does it go? Is it a supernatural power? It was the priest. Yeah, it was a priest because he made it seem like it was simply this being near the priest that did it. At first I thought it was because I was in a church. But then I realized it came from him. The priest. I'll think all right. It does come from him. It's his faith that makes you feel like that. He's safe in his beliefs, while you are the one of the damned. Do you ever wonder what's the role of a vampire in God's creation? You stop to think. Of course you wondered what this is all about. Whether it's about God or nature, you don't really know what being a vampire means. That's the trouble with the Masquerade. A human facade with a human problem can go online and find something that helps you. That helps. You can't. The Masquerade means that everything there is to know about your condition is secret, hidden away. You're left relying on the unreliable opinions of people like Beno. Suddenly, Beno takes your hand and presses it against his chest. As he stares into your eyes, you feel his heart stop. My heart no longer beats. I move. I talk. Is that how God intended us to be? There's a natural explanation? No, it can't be. Let me go. I got this one. No, it can't be. No, he didn't. I know he didn't. This is wrong. Yeah, yes, I agree. The question is, can there be salvation for the likes of us? Sometimes I'm skeptical too. But in Father Anthony's presence, I know faith is real. I know it's because it hurts so much that perhaps you have questions about faith and our kind. Yes, what are we? How do you know any of these stories are true? Perhaps we are divine, not damned. I go, what are we? How do you know any of these stories are true? Look at this one. There is the usual story, which most of us believe, especially before modern times. Cain was the first murderer. As punishment, God cursed him to walk in darkness and carry his mark. Cain passed on his curse as he drank the blood of the living, and thus we were born. God's curse passing on to someone new with each embrace. Maybe it's true. We all have our lineages, our sires, and the sires of our sires. If you trace those lineages all the way to the top, you will find Cain, the original vampire. I suppose God is cruel. The curse perpetuates itself, leading to new evils. These are just crazy vampire stories. This is a lot to take in. I don't think I want to care to mock religion, because he did say he was kind of faithful. This is a lot to take in. Disbelief. I trust in the Bible more than these crazy vampire stories. I know it was overwhelming. It was for me when I first met Father Anthony. I know there are others like him whose faith shines like a beacon. Priests, old ladies, children, anyone can have that conviction inside them. I have to pray for guidance. Before we're talking more, I have to pray for guidance. I don't know what to think, and I need help. Minot nods patiently. We'll see me again in a few nights. Here are the cathedral. We can talk more after you thought it through. You leave Benet, sitting in the shadow of the cathedral, contemplating what lies within. It would be easier to ignore his words without the reality of what you experience. Father Anthony was holy. You know it to be true, but what does that mean? Drink time. Okay, so we kind of make our character a little holy. So I don't think he would want to do blood magic. Maybe I want to hang out with Hope for a while. Maybe this one. Because maybe he'll want to help with these killings. As you make your way down Clinton Street, the incessant hum of traffic gives way to the ominous silence of the waterfront. You stop to take in the familiar bonnet of the Hudson, made all the more potent by your recently sharpened senses. Across the basin, the Red Hook grain terminal rears its rusty frame, once a bustling industrial area, now a sleeping giant splayed out on the riverbank, forgotten, abandoned. Conveniently so, especially for one of the hidden. Keeping to the shadows, you sneak closer to the dilapidated complex, making your way past hole-ridden silos and wobbly chain-link fences. By the time you reach the entrance to the main building, you can almost feel rust particles making themselves cozy at the back of your throat. Not getting your hopes up, you give the door a slight nudge. To your surprise, it gives almost instantly. Looks like someone's been using it recently. Once inside, you find yourself in a large, empty hall. Looking around, you can almost picture it, back in its heyday, stuck to the rafters with heavy machines. You notice a set of stairs leading up to a mezzanine, most likely an office space, and then you see it. A faint light coming from one of the upper rooms. Looks like you're in luck. Quietly, with bated breath, you climb the steps and approach the dimly lit room. The door creaks open, revealing what looks like an old-timey detective office, complete with crooked windows, blinds, and an overflowing ashtray, and papers scattered across a wooden desk. Suddenly, it hits you. That nagging feeling, this is all too convenient, too inviting before you can react. The trap is already sprung. A plume of cigar smoke wastes over your shoulder. The barrel of a gun rubs against your spine. A raspy voice whispers in your ear. Let me guess. Took a wrong turn at the silo? No, sir, took the wrong turn at Albuquerque. Attempt to talk down the assailant. Rush the assailant. Make him stand down. Attempt to talk him down. You decide to play along, raising your arm slowly. You weigh your next words carefully. You're pretty sure a bullet to the back wouldn't kill you, but it doesn't sound too pleasant. So this isn't Bloodsuckers Anonymous. Let's not do anything rash. How about we talk like civilized kindred? Too early for us using vampire colloquials. Easy now. Let's not do anything rash. That's good advice, kid. I suggest you take it. Anyway you want to play this, I'm all in. So what it'll be? The easy way or the hard way? Hard him. Let's go with easy. I'm here to talk. Good call. In a strange interplay of light and shadow, the stranger reappears behind his desk. Seeing him in his full, lack of a better word, glory, you can't help but smirk. This is the dreaded Nosferatu? No, it's a question. It's a question. This is the dreaded Nosferatu? The way Sophie described them, you were expecting some grotesque monstrosity. But this guy, the clothes, the swagger, the horrible detective routine, it all comes across as a bad joke. Still, when it comes to appearances, his lineage is undeniable. From 30 feet away, he could probably pass for a bum with a nasty skin condition. From 5 feet away, he looks like something made to be seen from 30 feet away. He leans back in his chair, casually pointing his gun at you. So, what brings you to my humble office? Are you looking for a Nosferatu? Are you D'Angelo? Yeah, this. You're the one they call D'Angelo. That's my name, kid. Don't wear it out. My friends call me Jin, so you better stick to D'Angelo for the time being. Now, I suggest you tell me what's this about. Otherwise, I kindly ask you to get the fuck out of my office. I can see why Kodor keeps you. Charming. I can see why Kodar keeps you around. His expression sours. Not a name you want to use casually to toss around, kid. But hey, I get it. You're not some random schmuck who wander here off the street. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Who I work for is less important than what I'm working on. However, I know, I'm here to help. There were Hook murders. I know. I want to help you catch the killer. His moldy lip twists into a smile. Do you now? D'Angelo lowers his shades for a few seconds. He sits motionless, with his eyes fixed on yours. Suddenly, he raises his gun, almost making you flinch. Almost. Then he twirls it into his shoulder holster, in a flashy display that definitely looks like it was practiced a lot in front of a mirror. You see the Nosferatu lips move, but the quiet mumbling clearly isn't meant for your ears. Listening in, you're able to catch a snippet of his monologue. Sure, they seem to care. What was the end game? What was their angle? Everyone got one, even they pretend like they don't. Especially What the hell? Maybe this town finally got to me. He paused, sticks his fresh cigar between his crooked teeth. Maybe a good leap of faith is just what the doctor ordered. Are you narrating? For a second, he looks at you like a kid caught with a hand in a cookie jar. Then a wry smile comes back to his lips. He lights up. Tell you what, kid. I ain't told yet, but I can see you got some potential. So this is how it's gonna be. I was just about to head back to the crime scene, take a look around, refresh my notes. You can tag along if you want to. I could use an assistant, someone to take notes and make wild assumptions for me to shoot down. Who knows? If you're ain't good, I might consider making this a long-time agreement. Sounds good. Sure it does. I'm the one who said it. Just one more thing. You still got me at a disadvantage here. Seems like you've done some digging on me, but with you, I've barely scratched the surface. Catch my drift? To answer me this, who was it that sent you into my neck of the woods? Or in layman's terms, who do you work for? Sophie Langley, our free agent. Sophie. So just bring Sophie up. Sophie Langley. For the first time since you got here, the Nosferatu adopts a look of genuine surprise. His eyes wander for a moment, finally giving way to a cricket smile. So you're the one, huh? The fledgling, the Tomador Dame Spare. Yeah, that would make sense. Sure, she appreciates you throwing her name around. Thanks for being upfront, kid. Yeah, wait for it to load. One blink is enough for you to miss D'Angelo vanishing from his chair. Just when you're about to look around, he reappears right next to you, up close. His smile is even more unnerving. All right, moonlight's burning. Let's get cracking. With a certain fascination, you watch D'Angelo stumble his way across West Brooklyn, all animated, instantly scratching his face and neck, stopping every once in a while for a bout of mumbling narration. He is most certainly a sight to behold. Still, he seems to be getting around okay, and you take a particular note of the fact that he seems to be choosing the darker, less frequent streets. This is definitely a method to his madness. Eventually, your leprous guide takes a sudden turn off Van Burt Street and into a particular dingy alley. The torn pieces of yellow police tape are a dead giveaway. This has to be the place. Well, here we are. Time for you to earn your stripes. This is where you'll find him. Drained dry. Not a drop of blood in him. And before you ask, no, I didn't get to see the body, so I don't know if there's any bite marks. So, what can you tell me? Take a moment to examine the crime scene. Judging by the chalk outline of the pavement, the man was killed recently. Curiously, there doesn't appear to be a trace of blood or viscera. And you know the city's cleanup crew isn't that fast or that thorough. Looking up, you notice a spray-painted sign on the wall. It reads, "The blood speaks," in big cricket letters. You look at D'Angelo. The Nosferatu gives you an expecting look. The graffiti looks like a clue. How come there's no blood? I think the blood's... Yeah, this one. Do you say the victim was drained dry? Because I don't see a trace of blood anywhere. Good eye, kid. It's the details that count. And given that the murder was committed right here and the victim didn't make a sound, we can therefore conclude that the killer was Kindred. Bingo! Only Kindred could drain a human this quickly, this quietly. But not just any Kindred. Take a look at the graffiti. What do you think it means? To throw us off? Nothing. It means to throw us off. Nah, I can see why you think that, but look at how crooked the letters are. Very legible. You can't fix something like that. Someone was very nervous, very scared. It definitely meant something to them. Tell me, if you were to guess which clan we say our killer belongs to. Where are these clan names? Where are these clan names? Clan names. Oh, where are these clans? It was Thin Bloods, Machiavellians, Tremere. Let's try to go down. Counter bloodline. A hermetic mage in 8th century Romania, Tremere was the leader of a cabal of magic users, rightfully feared for their obsession with knowledge and power. Unwilling to accept his own mortality, Tremere cast his eyes on the hollow secret of immortality. In his greed, the magic instigated the most terrifying magical experiments ever conducted, damning himself and his followers to a hell of their own making. Terrified, they died and woke up again to an eternity of unlife and hunger, cut off from their craft, and a mockery of their former magical rituals. Now only fresh blood allows the Tremere to cast their foul magic spells to twist reality. The clan is still organized like a initiatory occult order, recently fractured into a number of competing houses, each claiming to be the rightful heir of Tremere's legacy. They see true power as knowing the ways of shaping the world, having access to the right blood, and owning the rarest of ancient artifacts. They usually refer to as warlocks, hermetics, or transgressors. Clan Machiavellian. Psychologists would diagnose the children of Malakov with schizophrenia, depression, obsessive compulsive disorder, or post-traumatic stress disorder. Sometimes, at all at once. In reality, Clan of the Moon are all of these things and none. Like the wise madmen of poetry, their derangement stems from seeing too much of the world at once, from understanding too deeply, and feeling emotions that are too strong to bear. They self-medicate with blood, but isn't just a temporary solution. All Machiavellians suffer mental illness following the embrace, sometimes accentuating an existing condition, other times adding a new dimension to their instability, as if their thoughts and actions were based on otherworldly logic. They seem to be no knowing when their condition will manifest destructively or when it will offer important perspectives where such were previously lacking. And what was the other clan? Thin Bloods. What's this Thin Blood? One second, chat. I think Thought I heard something. I thought I heard something playing that was on the computer. Okay, we're good. Oh, see the half blood thing they're talking, or thin blood that they're talking about. So what do the bloods? I swear to God, I'm hearing things. What does the blood say? The blood speaks in big cricket letters. Yeah, the magic users, right? Aren't the Tremere known as blood sorcerers? This was probably some fucked up ritual of theirs. The warlocks do tend to get creepy at times, but they're not exactly the Manson family. It's just not their style. I might be jumping to conclusions, but my money's on the Thin Bloods. Alright, so Thin Bloods is the new term. He pauses, spits out the mangled remains of a cigar. Shit. Looks like we're gonna have to pay Lawson a visit. The Thin Blood Primogene? Lawson. The Thin Blood Primogene? No, Lawson the bicycle repairman. Of course the Thin Blood fucking Primogene. Oh, that was a weird, kind of nice guy that we met at the last council gathering. Or social gathering. Where that guy got executed. Not sure if he knows who the killer is. But he could probably make an educated guess. I'm gonna stop talking like this. It's hurt my throat. Educated guess. In any case, we'll be doing him a favor. If it turns out one of his violating the Masquerade, it will put him in a hell of an awkward position. It means shitting upside down awkward. It's the kind of weakness that the other Primogene would love to exploit. His position in the council, as bad as it is. He pauses for a moment and mumbles to himself. The times are starting to fucking get to me. Finally, he lights up a fresh cigar, he takes a puff, and lets the smoke escape through his crooked smile. Alright, kid, let's get this over with. Compared to the industrial ugliness of Red Hook's Sterling, place is quite a change of scenery. The heavily gentrified and pleasantly dull residential area emanates the source of peaceful apathy the rich hipsters scoff at and blue-collar workers dream of. All of a sudden, the Nosferatu stops. It's almost like he was taking a deep breath, standing, steeling himself for things to come. This is the place. With that, he points to a surprisingly nice-looking two-story house. The place is almost completely dark. Almost. He knows a dim light shining through the curtains on an upper story window. It's probably safe to assume that the head of the family is working late, especially if the head of the family happens to be a vampire. Okay, kid, we gotta be gentle about this. I'm taking velvet gloves, soft cushions. You rang, my lord Gentile? We need to get Lawson out here without making a fuss or letting his family see us. If we blow this, he'll shut down like a like a squeezy on a rad night. Trust me, I know. It sounds like you two have some history. Sounds about right. But that's story for another time. Right now, let's stick to why we're here. Tell you what, how about you take the lead on this one? I'm curious to see how you handle it. You take a step back and look around the area. The lit up window seems like a safe bet. Now it's just a matter of getting Larson attention. His and no one else's. As you're trying to come up with a viable strategy, you are suddenly startled by a loud noise. It takes you a second to identify the sound as a dog barking. It doesn't take you long to figure out where it came from. A bearded man leading a Rottweiler on a leash comes into view. Ring the doorbell. Throw a small rock at the window. Feeding opportunity. A man walking his dog. Well, we're not showing you blood on our screen. Actually, no, I can see it. I think I see a small spot on the left upper side. But we can hold off on the blood. Seeing no point in being around the bush, you walk right up to the door and ring the bell. D'Angelo wobbles up behind you in a comical attempt to remain stealthy. What the hell, kid? It means there's taking a direct approach, and then there's being a complete fucking idiot. Before you are able to explain yourself, you hear footsteps from inside the house. It sounds like someone is coming down the steps towards the front door. D'Angelo bites his lip and lets out a noise that sounds like a cricket dying. A cricket dying on throat cancer. You're guessing it was supposed to be an annoyed grunt. The door swings open and a very amusing and slightly unshaven man in a turtleneck stands before you. You begin to wonder how a guy like that made it on the council this long. Even for a thin blood, he looks extremely unimpressive. The man gives you a puzzled look, then look to D'Angelo, his face twists into a disgusted frown. Like he just smelled a particularly nasty... particularly... Wait, what? Read that one time. The man gives you a puzzled look, then looks to D'Angelo. His face twists into a disgusted frown. Like he just smelled a particularly nasty fart. How old are we? How? Oh, yeah. This guy that was on the council. What the fuck? What the fuck, D'Angelo? I know. I can explain. Explain my ass. This is my home. Do you understand? Home, where my children sleep? As if on cue, a child's voice can be heard coming from upstairs. Dad! It's okay, Bobby. Dad's helping someone. No, it's okay, Bobby. Daddy's helping someone. You get back to bed now. I'll be over to tuck you in. Once more, the house grows silent. Larson lets out a sigh and turns back towards you. He is not a happy camper. Get the hell out of my house. You glance over to D'Angelo. He looks somewhat embarrassed, scratching the back of his neck, clearly trying to find the right angle to play this. Give us 5 minutes. Look, we don't mean to we don't mean to intrude. All we need is 5 minutes of your time. Then we're gone. Larson gives you a tired, frustrated look. He takes a deep breath. Not here. With that look, he locks the door and leaves you several steps away from the porch. What do you want? It's about the Red Hook murders. You think one of yours is responsible? Bullshit. Dustborn's got enough trouble just staying alive out here. What could possibly make them openly violate the Masquerade? Desperation. The killer has been leaving messages. Whoever they are, they think they know something they can't share with just anyone. I know it seems far-fetched, but it's the only way this puzzle fits together. Nah, I don't buy it. You're reaching, trying to find a scapegoat, get in your boss's good graces. Words get around. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Mute the mic real quick. Mute the mic real quick. Give me a minute. Okay, Bear. Sorry, I had to blow my nose. Then help us clear a name. Figures you cover for your own. With you stop asking politely. Then help us clear a name. And help us clear your people's name. What you got to lose? Everything. I've been in a thorn in the council's side for a while now. This is just the excuse they need to get rid of me. What if it turned out one of yours did not, and you sat on your hands to protect him? You think the council would jump on that? He looks off into the darkness, pondering his options. He lets out a heavy sigh. Look, I'll ask around. Consult my sources. If it turns out one of my own is responsible, they will face justice. In the meantime, keep your deductions to yourself. I have enough trouble as it is. Deal. Good. Now if you excuse me, I have to get back to my family. And with that, Larson retreats to the inclusive safety of his home. You decide it's best to move along. You walk a couple of blocks in utter silence. Even D'Angelo mumbling seems to have taken a back seat. Oddly enough, you find his newfound resistance somewhat unnerving. Finally, the Nosferatu stops and turns towards you. Hell of a night. I don't know about you, kid, but I sure could use a drink. Something warm in a tall, sweaty glass. But first, let me tally your score. Let me see now. You didn't make a good first impression. I like someone who can talk themselves out of a tight spot. Talking jeeps, bullets, not so much. You held your own at the crime scene. Nothing I had figured out on my own, but hey, we can't all be professionals. Now, finally, when the situation called for subtlety, you managed to avoid unwanted attention. Discretion is what separates a private dick from just any old dick. And all in all, you did fine. Not fine, but not bad for your first case. Don't let it get to your head. Oh, I earned a trophy. Was it? Convince D'Angelo to cooperate with you. Oh, God. Okay. I'll be in touch. Let me know if I hear from Lawson. Be ready to meet me at the office. He starts to walk away, but suddenly stops and turns back towards you. And Bring a notepad. Every good assistant should have one. Ugh, that kind of killed my throat. So we got a new word. Thin bloods. Vampire. One second. Let's see. Okay. Vampires with blood so diluted they retain many human traits. The thin bloods are invariably clanless, survivors of the last decades of pogroms, prejudice, and ostracization. Their numbers now swell. Their messy street alchemy and ability to pass as human, makes them uniquely suited to thrive outside kindred society and make their own fate in the post-modern rites. Modern nights. The thin-blooded can be of any mortal origin and are not affected by their parent clan's curse, nor by their preferences in the same degree as their sire. In 2009, the Inner Circle of the Camarilla issued an edict that all thin-blooded must be branded or tattooed with the mark of the crescent moon, inked by a Tamir tattoo artist, or scorched with a beam of sunlight. The brand is irreversible. Many kindreds still view the thin blood as threats to the Masquerade. Weaklings, runoffs, abortions, and will destroy them if given the chance. Those who don't despise thin bloods tend to call them the young ones, chameleons, or dustborns. Yeah, we already read that. We already read that. Let's keep going for a second. Do. Drink. Not long after you wake up tonight, Gregory knocks on the door of your apartment. Ah, that's Gregory! This is our first time seeing his sprite, right? We didn't see him the last couple times. It feels... What voice should we give Gregory? Hey, it should be nice, right? Hey, came to pick you up. Miss Langley wants to see you. Do you know what she needs me for? What if I don't want to see her? Well, my freedom was good while it lasted. That one. Those last 2 nights were nice. I had freedom. And in activities, in initiatives. Good while it lasted, I guess. He smiled apologetically. Don't shoot the messenger. The car is waiting, shall we? You wrestled with the same thought as a few nights ago. Maybe you should just leave, disappear, let Sophie find someone else to employ. But then you remember that anarch thug being cut down by Kodor, and how close you were to the same fate not even a week ago, and that it might still happen if you step out of line. You follow suit. As with your previous visit here, Sophie seems not entirely present when you enter. Her eyes are locked onto one of the paintings in the room. You're pretty sure it was here earlier, but she's behaving as if she's seeing it for the first time in her life, entirely entranced. Gregory clears his throat. Sophie turns to both of you, a bit of irritation in her countenance that soon gives way to a pleasant, warm smile. You're here. Excellent. Thank you, Gregory. Her driver leaves and turns her attention to you. I hope you had a good few nights and made some new acquaintances. But I have to say, I have to see you, Hanya. Thank you for coming. Not like I had a full choice. The change in mood. Up. The change in mood of the room is so sudden and startling, it makes you consider the true power of vampiric charisma. Rationally, you know you're being manipulated, but you don't even care. Her eyes, her emotions, her entire body, language, all feel 100% genuine in expressing legitimate interest in you and your well-being. I have requests of you this night. I need you to find somebody for me and make a delivery. She points to the statue at the side of the room. You notice a plain looking flash drive lying on the edge where the inanimate archer's bow touches the pedestal. The man you're looking for calls himself Kazar. Kazar? He has his eyes and ears all over New York, and is it rare for something to happen here without his knowledge. I need you to take this flash drive and bring it to him. In exchange, he'll give you an address, which I need to know as soon as possible. We are about to ask what's on the hard drive, but Sophie proves to be one step ahead of you. Oh dear. Oh, don't worry about the contents. They are encrypted. A precaution for if the data falls into the wrong hands. But it won't, correct? She gives you a smile that just a handful of nights ago would make you feel like melting. Oh, and Hanyo. Kazuya is a Nosferatu. That twisted deformed lineage of kindred. He is old, and his age has made him even more paranoid than others of his clan tend to be. He holds many havens and changes them often. From what I gather, he or one of his servants should be found at the park on Coney Island tonight. We have to identify them somehow. I am told Kazuya has spent many of his nights these past few years being driven around the city in a black limo. Maybe keep an eye out for it. That smile again, but much shorter. Anything more on Kazir? Do you need me to trade with Kazir? Or Kazir? Kazir? Yeah, why do you need me to trade with him? Can't you just request the information given your connection? Kazir doesn't care about my or anyone's position. He considers information as valuable as blood and makes it a point to never share it for free. He only deals with people who have something to offer, but trust me. She picks up the flash drive and puts it on your palm. I have more than enough means to grab his attention. She flashes one last smile at you and turns back to the painting, clearly done with the conversation. You pocket the flash drive and head out towards Coney Island. Takes you the better part of an hour to reach the lights and sounds of the Coney Island amusement park from the city. The drive is almost pleasant this time of night. Thank you for Belt Parkway. There are plenty of people here tonight, but nobody who stands out as a traveler, pure venor, secrets. Then again, if they did stand out, it would be a kind of pointless, right? Nothing to do but figure out the right approach. Search for signs of Kazir. Ask for Kazuya. Aspects. Open your senses. Let's ask around first. Without a better idea, you start looking around. You ignore parents trying to gain a semblance of control over their kids and teenagers smoking weed in the more secluded areas of the park. You try to keep your questions casual. Hey, are you from around here? I'm told a guy named Kazir lives here. That kind of stuff. The awkward conversations and strange looks you're given speaks for themselves. This isn't going to be as easy as you thought. Are you asking about Kazir? Or will it? The guy wearing an oversized jacket had the air of a junkie or a dealer who knows what he's got in these pockets. What do you want with him? Tell him Sophie sent you. Listen, I was sent here by Sophie Langley. She has something for Kazir. I need to contact him and hand it over. Nothing more. Don't know her. And I told you already, I don't know who Kazir is either. But he seems to doubt in your face. Fuck it. Stay right here. He produces his phone. It's a fancy model. It doesn't look like anything really available on the market. Unlocks it, dials the number. 2 tones go by, a voice on the other end. Sorry to bother you. Sorry to bother you again, boss. Yeah, I know how much you need your alone time. That sounds very nice. There's somebody here who wants to see you. They're with Langley. Sophie Langley. Yeah. A string of loud obscenities fill the phone. The man went and pushes it away from his ear, and then the call stops. Almost immediately, a chime. The Count's laugh from Sesame Street. What? One. Two. No, wait, that's how the counts. The count counts, right? That's how the count counts. I remember. Hey, on his way. Don't go anywhere. About 15 minutes pass by before a black limo stops near where you're waiting. One door opens an invitation. The inside of the limo used to be a luxury lounge, a kind with a stripper pole and bar full of alcohol, but it currently has none of that. Instead, there are monitors and consoles. There are dozens of displays, each one showing something different: surveillance camera footage, stock market quotes, television news, emails, tweets, silent movies, lo-fi footage of a gory torture session. I'm sorry, what's the last one? You wonder if the limo's owner can focus on anything while surrounded by all this visual noise, and then you realize there's nobody there. Or is there? A man blinks into existence on a leather-covered couch, attempting to maintain something that approximates a regal presence. You're 100% sure he's Kazir. Surrounded by dimly lit computer screens, his features are even more ghastly than you manage. All sharp angles of twisted bone, mingled flesh and colored teeth, crooked teeth. He bars them in an awful parody of a smile. The doors close behind you. Oh. Okay. Was not expecting that face. that's definitely a face. That's definitely a face. So the race of a good blood outside tells me Sophie Langley sent you, huh? You got something for me? You reluctantly pull the flash drive from your pocket and slowly pass it to Kazir. He plugs into a USB port on the arm of his chair and displays the data on one of the screens that happens to be turned away from you. It takes him about a minute to access the data. Sorry. Why do people think I am? Who do people think I am? I saw this footage a week ago. He removes the flash drive and throws it back at you in disgust. Tell Sophia the deal's off. She wants her address. She can give me something. house. Ask him to give you a break. Ask him ask how you can make it up to him. I'm sorry this proves disappointing to you, Mr. Kazir. Can I do something to make it up to you? He seems genuinely impressed. Now, that's what I like to hear. Yes, in fact, I was just about to mention it. I have something in mind. I'll talk it again soon. What do you do that for me? The address is yours. What now? Will you be so kind to get the fuck out of my car? You're pretty sure you're done here. You get out of the closed door behind you, and the car immediately starts backing up. The tinted windows, the aqua windows slide past you, and soon the limo is on its way. Kazir Lackey is nowhere to be seen, so you make your way to your car and drive back, wondering what tomorrow brings. Ooh, which one should we do? I think let's just make out that for now. Okay, just I knew it had to be a short stream. Thank God, I'll hate myself for that. Hate myself for doing that. Definitely won't happen again tomorrow night. I can promise you that. But I do feel I'm getting really kind of tired now. I don't want to go fall asleep on the stream. I don't want to fall asleep on the stream. I haven't done it in a while. I have not done it in a while. Don't want to do it again. That's super embarrassing. Like the first couple times, I don't think anyone noticed. It was just me blanking out for just like a few seconds. One time it happened for a minute, like for a good while, but we're doing like a watch along, so nobody could really tell. Nobody could really tell. They could not. No, not sorry. No. But yeah, I'm gonna go. I need to close these eyes and try to regain some of my strength and sanity. I don't know what's wrong with me. What the fuck is wrong with me? I do not know. No one ever knows. Alright. Gonna go. Love you all. I do. And hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow. Hopefully I'll see a couple of you guys tomorrow. Okay. We're gonna be playing Pinocchio tomorrow. We're gonna kill some puppets. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Alright. Really though. Bye-bye. I just want to stop it. This one doesn't stop yet.